What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably know this already, but a little over 3 weeks ago, on August 1st, I finally committed and made the decision to trade in my GTI for this 2023 Toyota GR86. Now, this may seem abrupt, but this is a decision that I've been thinking about and perseverating on for quite some time. I bought that GTI last August, so almost exactly a year from when I purchased it, I sold it. And for about 90% of its life, it never moved. I think shortly after I purchased it, I got really into the forums and Facebook groups and whatnot, and a lot of people had talked about looking at your timing chain tensioner for the EA888 engine that comes in that GTI. And I kind of jumped on the hype, probably more than I should have, because when I got it, there really was nothing wrong with that vehicle. But I went and got that timing chain service done. And I didn't get it done by the Volkswagen dealership that's here. That is my first regret. I should have just taken it back to the dealership. Took it to a local shop that didn't really have experience with Volkswagens, and after that repair, the lower timing chain cover, which I had found out a lot later was the source of the issue, would not stop leaking oil. So I never drove it, which was very frustrating because it was a fun car to drive, and I will say I love driving boosted cars. So that's not to say that this car won't someday be boosted. I will say that's probably a goal of mine. I know HKS has a supercharger kit, which I'm very interested in, and they also have a turbo kit for the previous generation 86, which I think they're developing now. I reached out to them, and they could not give me a definitive answer, but I'll put that email on the screen at the end if you're interested in reading it. So, future plans for the 86. I got this thing to be a track car. These engines don't really like to go on the track very much, which is fine. I've ordered a few things for it, one of which being a baffled oil pan. Ideally, that would help with the oil starvation issue that it has going into right-hand turns. But really, right now, man, I want to take care of this thing. I think this is a beautiful looking car, and it is so much fun to drive. I haven't I haven't really owned a rear-wheel drive car since my 1991 Nissan 300ZX, which, if you know me, you know that was the first car I ever bought out of high school, joined the military on my own. And I had a buddy who had a 90 or 92 300ZX. And gosh, naturally aspirated, rear-wheel drive, automatic, that car was a lot of fun to drive. And it's very reminiscent to how this car drives. So I love this car. It's a lot of fun to drive, and I'm looking forward to doing stuff to it in the future. Really, one of the first things I need to do is bring this ride height down just a little bit. I'm torn between going the Kona Yellow / Eibach Pro Kit springs or the Bilstein coilovers. Not really worried about dampening, but the Konys would provide dampening, but the Bilstein B14s I'm looking at would not provide dampening. Decisions, right? Another thing I need to do is detail this thing, because if you look at like the roof area, you can see where it had whatever was covering it taped on there, and you can see the tape lines on there. I don't think they really detailed this after they received it. So, anyways, yeah, so this is kind of my new car reveal, even though a few days ago I posted a short with this car in the background, because last Sunday I went to Cars and Coffee, which I thought would have gone a little bit later than it did. It started at 9. I wasn't able to get there until 11:30, and everybody was gone pretty much, and I saw they were packing up in the back. So, that being said, that's all I got. If you have any questions or thoughts or opinions about the BRZ or, whoopsies, the GR86, yeah, this model is called the ZN8. The BRZ is the ZD8. And I think the FRS would be the ZC8, but Scion obviously is defunct now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into this car though and doing a few things to it. I already have some parts that I need to do, and I'd like to do like install videos and not really DIYs because that takes a lot of time and patience, but anyways, that's all I got. Now that I have the ZN8, I changed my Twitter handle. So it's no longer Fresh Paint, it's fresh_ZN8, which is similar. It sounds similar, kind of, sort of, not really, but you get the idea. So if you're on Twitter, give me a follow there at fresh_Zulu November 8 ZN8. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, still fresh_paint on Instagram. I think if I could have gotten my old handle back on Twitter, I would have kept it Fresh Paint, but it's all good. Yeah, and I'm excited about this car, so I hope you are too. I'll see you next time. Peace.